I think I'm on Jada Pinkett's side now. I don't know if we're starting it. We can start wherever y'all want to start. It's your world.
Why would you say that?
But I think I'm on Jada Pinkett's side now.
We didn't.
Imani got you. Imani brought you over with the Virgo thing, I think.
Well, Ish, you weren't here.
I received that.
No, you don't want to talk.
No, sign up to the Patreon. You can hear Imani's take on Jada Pinkett.
Oh, Ish wasn't here for none of our Jada Pinkett.
Ish wasn't here for any of the conversation. So
okay, you was looking for him to shoot at him too. I remember.
Yes.
No,
you had some shit written on the board specifically for him.
Not even.
That's true.
You erased things.
Jada Pinkett dash Ish.
He's here now. Say it to his face.
What's
He's right here. Don't close your eyes, nigga. Open it.
Bold
Fans want to know if the spicy mail could exist while Ish is here.
No. The girl dad thing was what I wrote on the board that I wanted you to participate in, number one. And number two, you weren't here for the extensive conversation that we had about Jada Pinkett. So since you were away and a lot has transpired, and I'm sure you've seen some of it, do you have an opinion on...
Oh, you did good.
Go.
You did good. You've been in your bathroom there too.
Shampoo does that.
She's been preparing for this.
Go.
Nah, I mean, I think the overall consensus, probably 80-20, is that she moving a little reckless. I think she's moving without regard for him or even their family in some regard. Like, your kids are grown, so you kind of want to, I think, protect your kids from seeing certain shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just my personal opinion, but I think her regard for him is definitely in the toilet. Whatever their marital status is, was, will be, that's for them to know. Like, you out here doing a press run based on the salacious shit that's taking place behind closed doors in your family, I think is ugly.
She has to sell a book, though.
I know.
How do you feel about that?
I don't.
Yeah, I would like to hear.
what y'all.
I would like to hear from aspiring author Ish as well.
That's true. Yeah.
I don't subscribe to
COE.
Everything. Yeah, I don't subscribe to that.
You're not going to have a tell-all in your book?
No.
Okay, well, slow down.
She don't.
Let's go down. Let's go down the steps.
Sure.
Many of these publishing houses will encourage you and incentivize you to put some type of personal, private, never before heard or seen detail in a book, something that will pop at the headline. They tell that to you. Y'all probably have that talk before they give you your advance.
I believe that.
Yeah.
I believe that.
So what do you say to that as an aspiring author?
For me, my book is educational. My book is not really about
your personal life.
That shit, yeah. So I could put things in my personal journals as it relates to business, like some difficult shit or some embarrassing shit that I might have endured in my business journey, but I wouldn't include other people because it makes like you got to think about everything. So you could ridicule yourself. You don't necessarily have to ridicule others around you in that process. You know what I'm saying? So I'm writing a book about real estate. I've had real estate ups. I've had real estate downs. I can include the down things about my personal life in the real estate because it's not going to have blowback on my family.
I understand your personal point of view. As an aspiring author, again, for the person that's subscribing to that model and selling a book, isn't she hitting this out of the park? Yeah. Isn't she putting on
only the sales over? Isn't
she putting on a master class in how to dominate headlines while rolling out her book?
Absolutely.
This has been louder than I don't want to say Michelle Obama because she's been loud as well. Like when she's destroying.
This one's
out there.
probably a little bit louder. I think.
It is.
This is one of the louder.
But at what cost?
Well, and that's why I changed my mind, Ish, because Jada Pinkett is on TikTok or somewhere celebrating the release of her book with her family, and who's standing there? None other than Will. Who is supporting her in this? It's Will. He's sitting there smiling. He's happy as clapping. Can be. This is after all of this press run shit, after what I've seen in the newspaper, after how he's maybe been villainized or sympathized for by the public. Like, he's still there. So at some point, for me, I can't keep fighting for you if you're not going to swing. If you're not going to swing for yourself, I can't keep sitting here as a public outsider with no information saying, oh my God, woe is Will. At some point, you sign up, you're not a victim, you're a volunteer.
True. But my thing is, they both could be true. You could look at something that somebody is doing to somebody. no disrespect, trigger warning. We know women that get abused every day, right? And some of them look at it like normalcy. Like they still show up for their family, they smile and they
I don't know no girls that get abused every day, nigga. Don't put that on me.
I'm saying, it's
every day.
What was the quote? I don't believe a man loves me unless he... We've heard that.
I've heard
before.
whatever this quote
right?
is
Yeah.
before.
Okay, cool. So in that same realm, just because he's standing there...
You think he... Oh,
I think it makes
more news. Stockholm's?
I was about to say Stockholm Syndrome.
I ain't going to say he got Stockholm Syndrome, but I think it would be a bigger headline if he wasn't there.
Okay.
It's the same. Hold up. It's the same person that also jumped on her Red Table Talk to support her and push her views and all of that shit right after an affair or an entanglement, as she called it, came out. That nigga sat there with the red eyes, with the stupid face, to support her and push her on Facebook.
In playing devil's advocate, he had something to gain from that sit down as well.
What?
What did he gain from it?
Understanding as to why he slept.
No.
This was before. My bad.
He was being dragged
twice.
publicly in that August Alsina stuff, and people did want to hear from him. His namesake, his entire namesake, was at risk.
I disagree.
Well, what other reason did he have to go on the show?
The same
to
thing.
Support his wife.
Supporting her. To support her.
Okay, so if you land back there, then you land back at my point. Let me introduce this clip.
Marriage is a relationship commitment. It really is a singular commitment to yourself that you are going to use your marriage to develop yourself, right? Marriage demands that you be the best version of you, or it ain't going to work.
In that beautiful great room.
Right? So, Ruby really locked us into that space where Jada and I realized that we were on individual journeys. We were both trying to force a marriage when actually, if you think of us in terms of a seed and soil, are they married? Right? Is a seed, it's not married to the soil, it's just growing together, both doing what they were designed to do. And me and Jada sort of found ourselves into that space where we don't even say we're married anymore. We refer to ourselves as life partners, right? Where you get into that space when you realize
I know what y'all are thinking.
With somebody for the rest of your life. There's no deal breakers. There's nothing she could do ever, nothing that would break our relationship. She has my support,
and this is why I'm playing this.
Death.
Right. You know what I mean? When you hear it in his words put this way.
Mm-hmm. That's crazy.
It just becomes more difficult for me to villainize her the way that
I agree.
The way that I've been.
He wrote a letter to
That's bullshit.
What he's saying is bullshit?
Absolute. No. Listen, dog, if I know that I can abuse somebody, right? That don't mean I'm going to take advantage of that because they are going to stay through my abuse. Just because they're going to stay throughout my abuse, that don't mean I abuse them at every turn.
Well, hold up.
I don't give a fuck what they are.
They're not staying, though, right? They're separated.
According to Jada Pinkett, they're separated and have
been for some time.
And that's been a part of telling her story, too. She's very clear. My book, I'm telling my story the way I want to tell it.
So I agree with you,
There's been a lot of stories out there. I want to say I didn't cheat. We've been separated. We weren't together. I took a lot on the chin in this as well, and I'm standing up for myself finally. Now, do I agree with all of that Chris Rock stuff that went in the book, all that, you tried to date me, yada, yada, yada? No, but that's that publishing house bullshit. But some of this other stuff pertaining to him, when I hear it in his words, it's just tough.
No, I'm rocking with that. Like, they could have been separated. She might not have cheated. I don't think anybody even said she cheated. I think the critique with her fucking with homeboy is that was her kid's friend. And he was 20 years her junior, right? So that's cool. Cheating is whatever.
Yeah, because Romans forever have been that they've
been in a quote-unquote open relationship, supposedly.
That's been forever.
What I'm talking about is if I love you and I genuinely and sincerely love you, I'm gonna try to shield you from harm. I'm not gonna bring harm to your doorstep. Now, we do harm people that we love, but it's not intentional or shouldn't be intentional. She knows that when she puts this book out, what the public is going to do. She's been in the public media for 30 years, my nigga. You know what it's going to do.
Well,
you know what it's going to make him look like.
So Will wrote a letter to the New York Times.
And Will Smith got to stop with the bullshit.
Okay, so
stop being the big guy.
Well, put a pin in that. Put a pin in that. He says, Will gave his thoughts on Jada's memoir. He says that he truly believes that Jada is resilient, clever, and compassionate, and that the book truly woke him up to all of the emotions that Jada has been dealing with over time. He says, when you've been with somebody for more than half your life, a sort of emotional blindness sets in, and you can all too easily lose your sensitivity to their hidden nuances and subtle beauties.
No, Joe Budden.